Okay children, let's start first question. A particle of mass 2 kg, so mass is 2 kg, is moving with velocity 20 meter per second. Find linear momentum of the particle. So we have to find out P. Linear momentum is denoted by small letter P, and the formula is mass into velocity. So 2 into 20, that is equals to 40 kilogram meter per second. Our answer is coming in kilogram meter per second, and here it is given in Newton second, so is one in the same thing. Okay, now come to next question. Question number 2. Momentum of a particle of mass, so mass is 0.5 kg, and momentum is also given, that is 20 Newton second, and we have been asked what is the speed or velocity. Okay, now the same formula we will apply here. P equals to m into v. M is 0.5. V we have to calculate. The value of P is 20. So if you solve this, so V equals to 20 upon 0.5. If you remove this decimal, 10 will come in numerator. So V equals to 40 meter per second. So this is the answer. Now come to question number 3. A particle of mass 100 gram, so m equals to 100 gram, accelerates from rest to speed 200 meter per second. Here the body is starting from rest. So when starting from rest, so initial velocity will be 0 and final velocity is becoming 200 meter per second. How much is the change in the momentum? So we have been asked what is the change in momentum. So what is the formula for this? What is change in momentum? So whenever we have to find a change, so we do like final minus initial. So final momentum minus initial momentum. When I am using small v, it means it is final velocity. So final velocity, so it will be final momentum. Similarly, u is initial velocity, so it is initial momentum. And they are asking for change. Change means they are asking for a difference. So now put the values here. First of all, m is coming common, v minus u. So here m is 100 gram, you have to convert into kg, so divide by 1000. What is v? 200. What is u? 0. And if you will solve this, okay, it will be 20 Newton. Newton second. Once again I'm telling you, Newton second and kilogram meter per second is one and the same thing. Now in second part, what they are asking for, what is the force on the particle? So here we will apply Newton's second law of motion formula. Okay, the formula is F is equals to m v minus u upon t. Now this value we have already calculated in the first part, so I will directly put here 20. Now the time is given, I think the time is, yes, time is given, so it is 0.2 So if you remove this decimal, 10 will come in the numerator, so it will be 100 Newton. So this is answer number 3. Now come to question number 4. What is question number 4? A ball of mass 200 gram strikes on a wall with a speed 10 meter per second. So it means it is u, it is initial velocity, and after striking from the wall, if the ball is coming back, it is coming with the speed of 6 meter per second. But here I have to put minus sign before 6. Why? Because the body is coming back, and velocity is a vector quantity. Vector quantities depends on direction. So whenever something is happening against the motion, or something is taking a opposite direction, we have to put a minus sign there. Now the same thing they are asking, what is the change in momentum? So how to calculate this? Same formula we will apply. Change in momentum is equals to mv minus mu. Now m is coming common, so v minus u. Now what is the value of m given in the question? M is equals to 200 gram. We need to convert into kg. So 200 upon 1000, and what is v here? Minus 6 minus 10. So altogether if you solve this, 1 by 5 into minus 16, or you can write 3.2 with minus sign, kilogram meter per second. Okay, now why minus sign is coming? Because here the velocity of the body is decreasing. Initial velocity is more, final velocity is less, so that is why the change in momentum coming negative. Now come to question number 5. What is question number 5? A constant force of magnitude 10 Newton. So F is given 10 Newton. Okay, mass 20 kg is already given in kgs, and time 2 seconds. What is the acceleration of the particle? So here we will apply the same formula, Newton's second law of motion. What does it says? That force is equals to product of mass and acceleration. So in place of F you will put 10 into 10 equals to 20 into A. Okay, so what is A here? A equals to 10 upon 20, or you can write 1 upon 2, or you can write 0.5, because it is acceleration. So what is the acceleration SI unit? Meter per second square. So this is the first part of question number 5. Now what they are asking in the second part? Final velocity. They are asking final velocity. Now how to find final velocity? You will apply first equation of motion, v equals to u plus at. Now u is, what is u here? Because the body is starting from rest, you see, the body is starting from rest, so it means u is 0, acceleration is 0.5, and time is 2 seconds. So the answer is coming, if you take is coming 1 meter per second. Please make this correction in your book, the answer is 1 meter per second. The correct answer is 1 meter per second. Okay. Similarly, if it is there in the question sheet also, please make a change there. Now come to question number 6. A truck of mass 7 metric tons. Now here the mass is given in metric tons, so we have to convert into kgs. So for your knowledge, you should know what is the relation between metric tons and kgs. Actually, 1 metric ton is equals to 1000 kg. So it means mass is 7 into 1000, it is 7000 kg. Is moving with the speed 36 km per hour. Now speed, so u equals to 36 km per hour, and you must have studied in junior classes that when we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, we just have to multiply the given quantity by 5 by 18. Your answer will automatically come in meter per second. 18 2s are 36, so it's coming 10 meter per second. Now see what is written here. The body is finally coming in rest. The body is getting stopped. So it means that v is equals to final velocity is 0 and time is given, that is 1.2 second. They are asking what is the retardation. Retardation is negative of acceleration. So better we will find out acceleration first. The acceleration formula is v minus u upon t. What is v? 0. What is u? 10 upon 1.2. Now here there is a change in the answer. Please make this correction in your book. The answer is 8.33 meter per second square with minus sign. Why the minus sign coming? Again here the same thing, because velocity is decreasing. Initially it was 10, now it is 0. Okay, so acceleration is coming negative. Now but they are asking for retardation. So when they are asking for retardation, so retardation is negative of acceleration. So you will write minus 8.33, or you can write 8.33 meter per second square. This is retardation. Number 7. A bullet of mass 20 gram is moving with speed 200 meter per second, strikes on a piece of wood. First of all, mass is given in gram, so you have to convert into kgs. So what you will do, you will divide by 1000 and it will be 1 upon 50 kg. Better not to convert into points, because ultimately it has to be cancelled. Okay, so is moving with a speed, so u equals to 200 meter per second, and the body is finally coming to rest. So here v equals to final velocity will become 0, and what is the time? 0.02 second. They are asking for resistance. You know the meaning of resistance? Resistance means they are asking for retarding force, because something is happening. The motion, there is a motion in the body and there is some force which is actually trying to stop that body. So it means it is retarding force. So your answer must come in negative. Okay, so here F equals to m, okay, A, Newton's second law of motion. but the value of A is not given to us, so better we'll find the value of A. V minus u upon t, the value of V is 0, u is 200, upon t is 0.02. So if you remove this decimal, 2 more zeros will be added in the numerator and your acceleration will be minus 10,000, okay, meter per second square. Now mass is 1 upon 50. Acceleration we just have found out is coming 10,000. So is coming, the final answer is coming, if you cancel, minus 200 Newton. I was telling you the answer will come in negative. Why? Because the force is actually acting against the motion of the body. So that time the speed of the body, the velocity of the body will decrease. So definitely acceleration will be negative and ultimately you'll get force also negative. So this is the solution of question number 7. Okay children, come to question number 8 now. A force of 10 Newton acts on a body of mass 2 kg. So F is 10 Newton, mass 2 kg, time 3 seconds, initially at rest. It means u equal to 0. Now what have been asked? The velocity acquired by the body. It means we have to find v. Okay, so first of all we have to find out the value of A. We will apply the formula of Newton's second law of motion. F equals to ma. 10 equals to 2 into A, or you can write A equals to 10 upon 2 equals to 5 meter per second square. Now we have to find out the value of V. So what is the first equation of motion? V equals to u plus at. V we have to find out. U is 0, acceleration is 5 and time is 3. So it will be 0 plus 15, or you can say 15 meter per second. This is the answer of first part. Now what they are asking in second part, change in momentum. So change in momentum, how we will solve this? Second part, change in momentum. So what formula I told you earlier? mv final momentum minus mu initial momentum. So m is coming common, so v minus u. Now put the values. M equals to, what was the m? 2 kg. So 2, v is 15, u is 0, so is coming 2 into 15, or you can write 30 kilogram meter per second. So question number 8 is solved now. Now come to question number 9. A bullet of mass 50 gram. So m equals to 50 gram. U equals to 100 meter per second. Strike a wooden block and comes to rest. Come to rest means v is equals to 0. After penetrating a distance, how much distance 2 centimeter. So this also we have to convert into meter later on. Calculate initial momentum, first part. Now initial momentum, when they are asking, initial momentum, so you will write m into u. So 50 upon 1000 into 100. So it will be 5 kilogram meter per second. Now in second part, what they are asking, final momentum. So second part, final momentum equals to m into v. So m into 0. No need to put the value of m here because ultimately your answer will come 0. So 0, or you can write 0 kg meter per second. Okay, come to third part. What they are asking, retardation caused. And what did I tell you? What is retardation? Retardation is negative acceleration. So acceleration formula is v minus u upon t. And what is t here? T is time, but the value of time is not given in the question anywhere. You can see. So we have to apply some other formula. We have been given the value of distance. This value of distance been given to us. So this we can use. So it's better we apply the third equation of motion. V square minus u square equals to 2as. So what is v? 0 square, u 100 square, a, what is value of a? We have to find out. And s is 2 centimeter, so you have to convert into meter. Now here minus 100 into 100 equals to a by 25, or you can write a is equals to 250000 meter per second square, and a is coming negative because the velocity of the body is decreasing. Okay, this is acceleration, but they are asking retardation. Retardation is negative acceleration, or you can write minus 250000, and it will be 250000 meter per second square. Now what they are asking in the fourth part, resistive force exerted by a wooden block. Resistive force means retarding force. The same formula we will apply, Newton's second law of motion, m equals to a. So what is m here? M is, what is the value of m? We have written 50 gram. 50 upon 1000 into minus 250000, and these three zeros will be cancelled, and we will get 12500 minus sign, and the answer is coming in Newton. And why the answer is coming negative? Because the force is retarding force. Okay, come to question number 10. A car is moving with a uniform velocity 30 meter per second. So u equals to 30 meter per second. It is stopped in 2 seconds. So t equal to 2 seconds. Since it is stopped, so it means final velocity will be 0. By applying a force, Now here the value of force is given, but you have to put a negative sign before 1500. Why? Because the force is actually making the body stop. Now calculate the change in momentum. Now what is the formula for second equation of motion? This is the formula. Now they are asking for what is the change in momentum. This is called change in momentum, mv minus mu. So what you have to do, simply take t to the other side. Okay, so F into T, this will be change in momentum. Now what is the value of force? It is minus 1500 and time 2, so it's coming minus 3000 kilogram meter per second. So this is answer number 10th, A part. Now what is the second part? Retardation. We have to find out retardation. Okay, so retardation, we have to find acceleration first, v minus u upon t. So what is v here? 0 minus 30 upon time is 2 and is coming minus 15 meter per second square. So retardation will be minus a, or you can write minus 15, it will be plus 15 meter per second square. Then mass of the car. So we will apply Newton's second law of motion formula. F is equals to ma. F is minus 1500, mass we have to calculate, acceleration is minus 15. So if you calculate, m is coming 1500 upon 15, minus and minus are cancelled, so it's coming 100 kg. So this is complete solution of question number 10. Thank you. Okay students, come to question number 11 now. Write the approximate weight of a body of mass 5 kg. Now what is the formula for weight? W equals to m into g. G is acceleration due to gravity and it varies place to place. The mass of the body, it remains same. If you take any body to moon, on the surface of moon, so the mass value will remain same, but the value of g will change. The value of g on earth is 9.8, on moon is around 1.6. so there the weight of the body will be less, but the mass will remain same. Mass does not change. But here we are going to take the value of g 10, then only our answer will come 50 Newton. Normally we take the value of g 9.8 if it is not given in the question. If it is given in the question, so whatever value is given, the same we will take. Okay, so here the next part, what they are asking, what assumption you have made. The assumption is we have taken acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per second square. This you have to write over there. Okay, now come to question number 12. Calculate the weight of a body of mass 10 kg in kilogram force. See, kilogram force is a unit of weight Newton is also a unit of weight. Newton is a SI unit. Kilogram force is a gravitational unit of weight. Both are actually represent weight. Okay, so here is very easy. Answer 12, when you have to convert weight into kilogram force, so simply what you have to do, the value of mass is given 10 kg. Okay, just simply write small f over there. So this will be weight of the body in kilogram force. Okay, now second, in Newton they are asking for, and the value of g is also given to us. So 1 kilogram force is equals to 9.8 Newton. So similarly here B part I will write W equals to 10 kilogram force is coming in the first part, so 10 into 9.8 and is coming 98 Newton. This result you have to keep in your mind, that 1 kilogram force is equals to 9.8 Newton. Come to question number 13 now. The weight of a body on earth is 98 Newton. So W equals to 98 Newton and the value of g is also given. What will be its mass and weight on the moon? Now mass is not going to be changed. I told you just now that mass remains same. If you take any body to any planet or any satellite, the mass is going to be same. So what is the formula for weight? M into g equals to 98. The value of g is 9.8 equals to 98. So m equals to 98 upon 9.8. If you remove this decimal, 10 will come up. So 10 kg is the mass of the body. This is first part answer. Now what is being asked in the second part? Weight. We have been asked weight on the moon. Now weight depends on gravity. Gravity changes. Okay, so here B part, weight, same formula I'll apply, m into g. Mass I'll take 10 kg. G, the value of g on moon surface is 1.6, so it's coming 16 Newton. Come to question number 14 now. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. Now such type of questions, when we have to solve, first make a diagram. A ball is thrown upwards. So any body, when it reaches at its maximum height, so final velocity becomes 0. There are some rules which you have to keep in your mind. Second thing, the body is going up. The body is going against gravity. So the value of g, what is given in the question? 10 meter per second square. This is the value given. But you will write minus sign there because body is going against gravity. And what is the height given? 20 meter is the height. So first part, initial velocity of the ball. Initial velocity, how you will calculate? You have to apply a third equation of motion, v square minus u square equal to 2gh. Whenever any body moves freely in air, so instead of using small a, we take g, and instead of taking small s, we take h. It is for free motion, when the body is moving freely in air. Okay, so the value of v is 0, 0, u we have to calculate the value of g minus 10, h 20. So minus and minus cancel both the side, 400, and you can write under root of 400, and under root of 400 is 20 meter per second. This is question number 14th A part. Now come to question number 14th B part. They are asking for final velocity of ball on reaching the ground. So on reaching the ground means the ball has gone from A to B, and when it will come back to A, what should be the velocity of the body? And it will be same as initial velocity, and initial velocity is coming 20. So you will write in second part that final velocity that is v, which is equals to initial velocity. Okay, the velocity by which you have thrown the body upwards is come back with the same speed, so is coming 20 meter per second. Question number 14th B part. Now total time of the journey. The body has gone from A to B and then from B to A. So it's better you find the time of half distance only, from A to B only. Okay, so for this I think it will be better if you apply first equation, v is equals to u plus gt. What is v here? V is 20. What is u here? That is v is equals to u plus gt. What is v? 0. u 20 minus 10 into t. So it will be 10t equals to 20, or you can say 20 upon 10, or you can say 2 seconds. 2 seconds is half journey time. Okay, so now required time will be double of this, so 2 into 2, that will be equals to 4 seconds. So now this is complete solution of question number 14. Now come to question number 15. A ball is released from height. So we will make the diagram again. Now this time the ball is coming down. It is released from some, so it means initial velocity will be 0. When something is released from some height, so initial velocity becomes 0, and the value of g will be positive. You will take plus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, now it is taking 3 seconds to reach the ground. Starting from A point, reaches at B point, and is taking total 3 seconds. What is the height? So we have to find out what is the height. So we will apply second equation of motion. S equals to ut plus half at square. This is second equation of motion. Now since the body is moving freely under gravity, so in place of s you will write h, and in place of a you will write g. You'll apply this formula. Now the h we have to find. U is 0. 0 into 3 plus half into g. What is the value of g? 9.8. 9.8 t square. It means 3 square. 3 square means 9, and if you multiply them, it's coming 9.8 into 4.5, or you can write 44.1 meter. This is question number 15th A part. Now B part. The velocity with which the ball will strike the ground. It means they are asking for what is the final velocity. So v equals to u plus gt. V equals to 0 plus g is 9.8, time is 3, and if you multiply it will come 29.4 meter per second. This is a solution, complete solution of question number 15. Now question number 16. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. So vertically upwards means this is for sure final velocity. When the body will reach to its maximum height, final velocity will be 0. The value of g you will take minus 10 meter per second square. Why minus? Because body is going against gravity. Okay, now what is the time given? 6 seconds. 6 seconds is the time of going up and coming down. Okay, so we will not take 6 seconds, we will take 3 seconds, because we will study only half journey part. So greatest height, we have to find out what is the value of h. So here an initial velocity, second part. So for second part, if you'll solve first, it will be okay. Okay, so v equals to u plus gt. V is 0, u is u we have to find out. The value of g is minus 10 and time is 3. So is coming u equals to 30 meter. So it is easy to solve second part first. U equals to 30 meter per second. Now greatest height, we have to find height. So first part, h equals to ut plus half gt square. So u is 30, time is 3, plus 1 upon 2, g is 10, minus 10, and time 3 square. So it will be 90 minus 5 4 9 45. So it's coming 45 meter. So this is the solution of question number 16. Okay children, now come to question number 17. A stone is dropped. So stone is dropped, so u equal to 0. When something is released or when something is dropped from some height, so initial velocity becomes 0. From a top of a tower and it reaches the ground, so time is 4 seconds. In 4 seconds it is reaching the ground, and the value of g we will take plus. Why? Because the body is coming down and we have to find h. So second equation of motion will fit here. H is equals to ut plus half gt square. H we have to find out. U 0, 0 into 4 plus 1 upon 2 into 10 into 4 square. So it is 0 plus 80 is coming 80 meter. So this was solution of answer number 17. Okay, now we are coming to last question of our worksheet, question number 18. What is given there? What will be the new gravitational force of attraction if the masses of both the bodies becomes twice and the distance between them remains the same? So what is the formula for force, gravitational force? F equals to g m1 m2 upon r square. So let's suppose this is original force. Now what they are doing, they are making the bodies, both the bodies with double masses. So 2m1 and 2m2, but the distance is same, so is r square. This is the 18th a part I'm solving. Alright, So then you 2 2s are 4, you will take common out of it, g m1 m2 upon r square. Now see carefully, it is the same value which I have written in the bracket, which is actually f1. So I should write here 4f1. So it means new force will become 4 times. Now come to B part. What is B part there? What will be the new gravitational force of attraction if the distance between the bodies becomes 1/3? So this time the distance is changing. So F1 equals to G m1 m2 upon r square. Now F2 equals to, masses are same this time, but the distance has become 1/3. It means I have to write r upon 3 whole square, or you can write G m1 m2 upon r square upon 9. So in this 9 will come in the numerator, 9 G m1 m2 upon r square. So this is 9. Now this is F1. So it means new force will become 9 times. So this was your last question. Thank you.